Good evening, everybody. This is Pradeep, Ambassador of Change from GETI, the Global Education and Training Institute, and you are on our disruptive educational platform provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And here we have met educators from India and all over the world for more than 950 sessions. Today we have for you Mrs. Varsha Jain. She is the coordinator, Mount Litera Z Schools, Delanpur, Ratlam, Madhya Pradesh. She is an organized professional with proving teaching and guidance skills. She has specialized in efficiently utilizing learning skills to foster productive learning. She is MA in English Literature. She has a B.Ed and a BCA and 14 years of experience. She has published a book on environmental studies, and she will be speaking to us today on the power of experiential learning in classrooms. So thank you, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a nice introduction given by you. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Thank you for giving me this platform which help to shape the minds of the next generation of students, leaders of today. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Sunita Gandhi for giving me this opportunity to speak on this platform. Today, I'm going to talk about the power of experiential learning. While talking to you about experiential learning, to start with, I would like to share a little story with you. There was a little boy who was very fascinated about the customized furniture. In his house, he was having all type of customized furniture, customized bed, customized wardrobe, customized table, customized chair. Everything was customized. What his father used to do, his father used to call a carpenter in a month and ask him to make a furniture that suits to their house, their house need. This boy was very fascinated about the furniture, so he used to look at him. He used to want to learn from him. He want to admire him. He want to ask questions from him. That how you are making this furniture, how you are doing all these things. In the evening, when this carpenter used to leave the at evening and 5, the place where the boy is the that carpenter is making the furniture becomes like a little playground for this boy and his friends. He used to call his friends and his all the fellow beings to play with them the tools which are left over by the carpenter. What he do, he just take the tools and they used to make something with the tools, and they made also. You may be also knowing about that. They made a ring type thing on which we can touch and the bulb ignite. This is the experiential learning, that you watch someone doing something and then you start doing. So, experiential learning is a broad category for teaching methods and activities that involve the learner in the learning process. Students are given the opportunity to learn by experience. The students during the experiential learning, the students get involved. They have the opportunity to experience something. In this type of learning, there is no backbencher, there is no front benchers. All are together here. They are learning together. And CBSE has introduced this experiential learning as a curriculum. CBSE Secretary Anurag Tripathi has said that students should learn from what they study and use it. Students should not use learning as a road learning. that they just learn for the exam and then they forget. As an educator, it is our responsibility to plan the activities in such a way that the students capabilities are beyond, come out as like a empowers the students. They are beyond the classrooms, and all things are there. Now it's not a new thing, we all are practicing this all together. Experiential learning is having some phases. They are experience, participate in this experience. The learners, they engage in the activity, they do the activity, then the reflection is there. Next step, they share. Participants, those who are doing the activities, they share their things with the colleagues or with their teachers. Participant review what occurred during the activity. Then next step comes process. They review how the activity was performed. That is, the reflection should be there. I would say that as educated, you should, whenever we are doing some activity, you should involve the students and get the reflection, how they have performed. They give them chance to express, to share their feelings, to share their ideas. Next is generalize. Make connection between the activity and the life skills. The students, what they have learned from the content of the textbook, they relate this with the life skill and then apply. Relate new skills to the everyday life. What they have learned, they will apply on the everyday life. This is the experiential learning phases are there, and it is nothing new. We are all are performing, we are performing, you are performing all these things. So, to explain this more, I would like to share one activity with you. For example, give the students some project to do. For example, giving presentation on air pollution. So for this, the students will collect data, research on it. They research on it. They make posters. They make the presentation writing, and they express their views in front of the class or the teachers. For doing this can also be an interdisciplinary part projects in which the all the other subjects are also covered. For example, when they are doing research and they are collecting pictures for their activity, it is EVS for them. When they are collecting data and presenting that data in the form of pie chart or bar graph, pie chart, then it covers the mathematics part for them. And when the students, they are means they are taking out about the climate conditions because of the air pollution, then this covers the social science for them. And of course, when they are making the posters, putting colors, they putting their ideas, putting their creativity, then it becomes art, as an art subject for them. They are covering the art subject for in this. Then when they are presenting the poster which they made, they are presenting, then this may be as a, they are framing the sentence and they are speaking. So it can framing the sentence as speaking skills, they are covering English in this. And of course, as an educator, I would like to think that whenever we are completing any activity, some moral values should be taught to the students. So by this activity, some moral science is also covered. How? I want to tell you that when they are speaking, they are presenting themselves, they are teaching the other students that how to stop air pollution. So this is their, they are giving, they are implementing the moral values also. And as an educator, we should also do, in every subject you are giving them, give them chance to come up with the ideas, share the ideas, and after completing any activity, then you can give chance to tell about the what the value they have learned. Means connection of your learning of the textbook content with the moral science also. And now I'm showing you the picture. There is one picture one and picture two. I want to tell you that there is a very much difference between the traditional classroom learning and the experiential learning classroom. When you see the picture one, when you see the picture one, the teacher is explaining something and the students are sitting, and we can, yes, of course the learning is going on here. The learning is going off listening, but the person who is very happy in this, you can see, is the teacher. He is smiling. He is only the smiling, as if there is a piggy bank and you are putting something in it. But in this traditional classroom learning, we can see the students are only listening, they are not giving the responses. Whereas when you see the picture 2, you can see the teacher is speaking something and the students are raising hand. That means that the teacher is making the students involved in his act, what he is explaining. There should be the involvement of the students. The students should come with the solution. The question should be asked in the class. And I think the stories are very good part of learning. Whenever you go to your class, tell the students, introduce your the topic with the help of the stories. I remember one of my teacher, science, she is a science teacher. She used to explain about the things which are sinking in the water and floating in the water. What she did, she took two glass of water, and she took the things in front, she put all the things in front of the students, and given the condition to the student that you have to put all the things inside the water, and then you have to observe. You have to observe the thing. You have to observe and then write down in some notepad. What the teacher children do, they were actively involved in that activity. Nobody was listening here and there, nobody was seeing anything. But what happened, they were all involved in the activity. And afterwards, then the reflection was there, what they have learned. The teacher asked, then the answers were there, the ideas were there, they are coming with the solution. So what the teachers do, I remember Albert Einstein's has said that I never teach the students in my class, I only put them in the conditions where they can learn a new things. In the same way, through this activity, that teacher put the students into the learning condition, and the student themselves come with the idea of how the things are doing. For example, they have learned that the things which are heavier than water, they sink there, and the things which are lighter than water, the things are floating. So this is the example of experiential learning. And today I am speaking in front of you is also an example of experiential learning. How? That I want to take you few days back. On 17th April, one topic was discussed on this platform about, is detention is helpful for the discipline of the students. This topic was discussed by my honorable principal ma'am, Mrs. Vijaya Ravi. She was very good in speaking. I admire her. I took experience from her, how the way she is speaking, the way she is giving the expressions, the body language and everything, I admire from her. And then I share my things with her. Then I learn new ideas, I took up my things and all things, and now see, today I am doing this. This is the experiential learning. You watch someone doing something and you are doing. So I today I would, for this I would like to thank my principal ma'am and even our chairman sir for giving me opportunity to build up my strength and going high and high. Next, of course, the experiential learning, there are benefits of experiential learning. But experiential learning gives the deeper insight in the child's mind, and it is long lasting. As it is said, impress to express. As an educator, we should impress our students by our learning, by our experience, so that they can express themselves by their learning, by their experience, and in a very confident way. It is not that you are going in the class and you are just starting your content come in the last. First, you should start your day with a starter activity. It helps to stimulate the learning, teaching learning process. So there are many benefits of the there are many benefits of this experiential learning, which I would like to share with you. That it opens door for students to develop interest in variety content areas, highlights learners strength, authentic to real life learning. It helps to increase the skills like critical thinking skill, problem solving skill, or we can say the thinking skill. It takes the students beyond the classroom. For example, if I would like to ask my students to write a biography, I would not tell them to take out the book and write down the biography. Instead of that, I would ask my students to go out of the classroom, go down, and to go and meet the other teachers, go and meet the principal, go and meet the librarian, go and meet the bus driver, go and meet the accountant, and ask them about their journey of learning from the childhood to the age they are. Ask them, interview them, and then what they did. They went outside, they interviewed the different people, they gather the information from them, and they come back to the school, to the classroom, and then they wrote the biography. Did I taught them anything? I didn't. I just put them into the condition in which they have to survive, and they learn from that. That's why we say that traditional learning is different from the experiential learning. In the experiential learning, we collect the real data. By the real data, I would like to tell you that the data which is available in the classroom, the data which is available in the experiential learning, experiential learning or teaching learning process become more joyful and more fruitful. For example, first of all, there is a role play. Role play help the students to build up their creativity, their imagination. They come up with their ideas. They imagine the characters where uh, they have to participate. They come up. What better way for the student work on their cooperation, leadership, creativity is playing the roles. The role of animal, the role of any person, great person, and the students enjoy learning like this. They play the role and they learn something, and afterwards they give the lesson also after playing the role. The role play is a very good component of the experiential learning. Next is field trip. Field trip is another the part of experiential learning, in which the students come up with their ideas. They are touching, they are observing something, and they are writing on their notebook. The field trip can be like visit to a zoo, where they can see many type of animals, and visit to a botanical garden. I remember we took the students to the botanical garden to study about the various plants, to study about the various uses of plants, and I know the students really enjoyed this activity very nicely. So you can take them to the garden where they can examine the how the seed is growing, how the seed is growing. They are watering the that seed, and all these things help the students to develop their learning skill. Their observation skills are developed by the field trip. Next is video project. Video projects are is also important in the students learning. The students mostly, they are some students are video learners, some students are audio learners, some students are kinesthetic learner. But by learning through the video, they get many things. And it is easy for us also, because when we are playing a video, we can pause them, we can repeat them, we can ask students questions and get their solution. Sitting only going in the class and putting the video, and the students are sitting and we are not doing, only simply they are watching the video, is not there. It is there that you pause the video, you let this give some questions to the students, ask some questions, and get solution from them only. So video projects are very useful for the students. Next is guest speaker. Yes, guest speakers, I would like to say, when we are calling the guest speakers, the speakers are very much expertise in their subject. They are experience holder. They are experience holder, and they share their experience with our children. And with the help of that experience, the students get their learning, and their learning go beyond their they can connect this with the life skills of their things. How I can become like this. For example, if a doctor is there, the doctor can share about the health and also I can give you one example. When we were different type of games and all, so we called a guest lecture as our sports teacher as a guest lecture. And students were very fascinated about listening to the sports teacher, and they learned also about how about the games and all things, which was not other than the content. It was related to the content only. And but at that time, the students learn more better with the help of the guest speakers. So I would like, when you are during your classroom studies, please do allow the guest speaker to come, and let them share their experience with the students, so that they come up with a very good learning process. Art based activities, of course, children love doing art. Whenever you tell that today we are going to do the activities, today we are doing drawing and all things, so they love to do. They put their colors, they put their colors, they want to show their creativity. And art based activity help them to improve their motor skills. It can be music, it can be dance, it can be painting, it can be poster making. These all things help the students learning process very much eager. They are waiting for the period to be there, that my art period is there. And they do all that, they want to do all the activities in the art periods. That's why they love the art teachers very much. Group learning, of course, the group learning is more becoming the expertise in some points of views, and it helped to improve the communication skill also. It helped to improve the bonding of the students between them. In this we can keep the students of all forms together, so that they can learn from the other students. uh, in the group learning, what happened, the students are learning together, sharing the ideas and coming with a new idea. So group learning is a very good example of experiential learning. Next, when we talk about peer tutoring, it is a very good component of experiential learning. As in peer tutoring, what happened, we can say that students always learn 10% from reading a thing, 20% from seeing a thing, 50% from seeing and reading things, 70% from experiencing, and we can say 95% when they are teaching someone else. So peer tutoring is one of the very effective tool of experiential learning, which you can apply in your classroom so that it can be easy for the students to learn a particular topic in a better way. Games and puzzles. Next topic is games and puzzles. uh, as we all know that students love doing playing games. For this we can have scavenger hunt in our school. You can keep scavenger hunt in the schools where the students are allowed to go and take things from different places. They collect the things, and then they solve the puzzles are given, they solve the puzzles. These type of games are there, and it is very easy to implement in the classroom. You can take the help of the uh, boards also. You can take the help of the ppts also for the puzzles and all things, and get it learn from the students how they are involving themselves in the games and puzzles, and they are coming out with the solution. So experiential learning is nothing new. It's just what we are doing is experiential learning. What all we have to do, just we have to connect this learning with our content, with our syllabus. I know when we are doing the activities in the lower section, in the primary section, so the students enjoy a lot. But when these activities, sometimes the teachers think, the educator thinks that or from the higher classes, that how we can connect this activity with our learning, because lot of syllabus and lot of things are there. But I want to tell you that we can also do this by giving them projects. You can give them projects uh, 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 based on their level of learnings. For example, waste management, we can give them waste management. We can You can plan many puzzles and games related to these all things, related to your topic, and I know the children will enjoy a lot in that. Next is portfolio of a student. Yes, of course, it is very important because it helps to keep the record of the student. Whatever the students is learning, we can keep a record of the learning of the students in this portfolio. So portfolio is very necessary for keeping in for every student, so that you can also know the progress of the students. In the last, I would just want to conclude my things with this quotation, that for the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. So I would like to convey my message to the educators that please do not go with the content always come in the last. Involve some activities, some of the other activities in your curriculum, so that the students get empowered, and they associate the textbook learning with the real life learning, and out of the world, the learning out of the world. So today I am stopping my this. Now over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that experiential learning experience which you gave us and the very practical aspects of it which you have shown to us. So, thank you very much for that. And we would again like to thank our Dr. Sunita Gandhi for this excellent format where we meet speakers like Mrs. Varsha Jain. Um, Global Educational Training Institute is committed to transforming education by transforming teaching practices. Do watch out for and enroll in GETI teachers training programs. Pre-service teachers training will be starting soon, and a variety of in-service training programs shall follow. For details, visit our website gettylearn.org or call 740-840-1000. So thank you, ma'am, and thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you, sir.
Good evening
Thank you, sir.
and good
Thank you,
night.
everyone, for listening me.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.